What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. It's me, AJ from BLWA Diecast, and today we're looking at family cars through the ages, well, more or less, so let's get into it. Before we get into things, I wanted to let you all know I figured out my microphone. It turns out on top there's a mute button. It's more like it's kind of like here, I'll show you. I don't know if how weird the audio is going to change, but it's kind of like this, and this button on top mutes it. See, I'm talking. See, look at that. It mutes it. And I must have just bumped it during the Ferrari video. So that's probably what happened there. I mean, it's definitely what happened there. So I figured it out. It does not have to be charged. Just has to plug into my phone. I got to make sure it's not muted. So with that, we're going to get into our first car, which is the 1965 Chevrolet Chevelle 300 two-door wagon. And you may immediately notice that is not what this says. This says 1965 Chevrolet two-door wagon, and this says it's a Malibu Chevelle. I did extensive research to figure out what the real name of this car was, and it is indeed the 1965 Chevrolet Chevelle 300 or 300 Deluxe. It doesn't specify. Two-door wagon. The Malibu is probably just to make people pick it up more, and this is just simply incomplete. But yeah, there was no Chevelle Malibu Chevelle version of this wagon, just the Chevelle 300 and the Chevelle 300 Deluxe. Now that that's out of the way, this is a Johnny Lightning Collector Storage Tin Series, or Pro Collector Storage Tin to be exact. Says limited edition like they all do. Its little fact is wrong because it says that it came as the Chevelle Malibu. It did not. It is in tuxedo black, as you see. Has this nice little case. What else is in this series? It's kind of hard to show just because of the nature of the box. I have the Vista Cruiser in this line. Release 1, I guess. Let's see if I have any in this. No, I have the 58 Impala. I do have that. In this new series, I've noticed they don't put the pictures of the cars on the side. They put the name. As you can see here, with this Vista Cruiser, they used to just put the car on the side. With the Impala, they put the name, just like this one. It's going to be upsetting because this is not the name of the car, but I'll deal with it. It's not that big a deal. Version A, Release 2, number 1 in the series. I'm not sure what year this is. I'm guessing this is a 25, obviously, because, I mean, it's beginning of 26. It's definitely not a 26, and I doubt it'd be a 24 still on the shelves. So we're going to go ahead and crack it open. All right, let's rip it open. The Johnny Collector Pro Storage Tin Series, whatever, I feel like it's really hit or miss. Sometimes their cars are just, either they're just not my style, or they're not cars I care about a lot of times, or they just kind of miss the mark. But this one did catch my eye, and I was like, man, this is pretty cool, and I should pick it up. We'll look over this first. This just slides in and out. It does come all the way out. Chevrolet on the bottom there. This is real plain. Put it back together. Malibu. Same thing on that side. Very basic. John Lightning on the top. And you can place this inside so that if you ever want to use these to store or transport your models, you can. And I find that's very nice. Not that, I really had to use it, but it's good to know that if I needed to, I could. All right. Rolls pretty horrendously right out the box. And it has some kind of weird stance to it. This is definitely lower in the back. It's a little upsetting, but it's pretty noticeable. It's not horrible, though. It actually seems like the body, you can kind of tell the body seems to be kind of angled in a weird way. Like the frame is, or not the frame, but the base seems to be poking out more here than it is here. So it's kind of odd, but that's okay. I'm not going to complain too much. Good details on the back. Good on the side. Gotta love a Chevy wagon. I gotta love any kind of wagon, really, but a two-door wagon especially is very unique and cool. You do like that, now it looks like an El Camino. There's the front end. I love I feel like Chevys, like 1965 and those surrounding years, their front end design is very understated. Not understated, I guess underrated. They don't get as much credit as they should for this design. Go ahead and open the hood. Looks good under there. Nothing too crazy. For the specs on this car, it was kind of hard to find just because there was a lot of different engine and transmissions options. But it had, I'm going to say this one has a 283 cubic inch V8. that made anywhere from 195 to 220 horsepower, depending on how many carburetors it had, and it would have retailed for $2,505, and adjusted for inflation, that is $25,775. So a very cheap family get-around vehicle. I can't quite tell how many seats it has. I'm guessing it's a 6-passenger, but I don't know that for sure. It's really buggy. The stance is just so weird on this one. I don't know if it necessarily makes me regret buying it, but it's definitely kind of a letdown, especially at this premium price. These aren't that cheap. They're not $10, but they're like $7 or $8, I believe, at least at Target. But yeah, this looks pretty good. Definitely not super disappointed with it. I'm still glad I have it. And now we'll move on to the next one. Next up, we have the 2024 Volkswagen ID Buzz. And I actually already have an ID Buzz. I have a short wheelbase orange mainline version from Hot Wheels. But this one is the long wheelbase, which is all we have here in the United States of America. And it has the opening sliding door, so I knew I had to pick it up. That is really cool. There's only one ID Buzz in my local area. There's this blue one that I see around town every now and then. They obviously haven't sold well, as they said they're not going to sell them in 26. They're going to rethink it. I hope they keep it around because it is a really cool vehicle, and I would really love to see more of these. It's unfortunate that they just kind of were too expensive and didn't really have the right. I don't know. They did something wrong, but I hope they come back with it for 2027. Very basic packaging, match-a-box moving parts. They don't really have much on their packaging. This is new for 2025. I'm not sure if this is the first release of this casting. I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm not 100% sure. The ID Buzz this one also has a lot of trim, so I wasn't able to 100% say with certainty the powertrain on this one. But we're going to say it has 335 horsepower with 203 miles of range. Sorry, 231 miles of range. And we're going to say it starts at $59,995. Again, it was kind of hard to find exact. It was kind of hard. You kind of have to make some guesses because this has a lot of different model or trim lines. Same thing with kind of the Chevy right here. It has just a lot of different options. We're going to go ahead and rip it open. Okay, alrighty. What I'll probably do is I'll get the other ID Buzz I have out real quick so we can compare the wheelbases. Okay, we'll compare them because, who doesn't love a Hot Wheels versus Matchbox comparison? These are definitely very different. The Hot Wheels one is definitely wider and obviously shorter. Not too short, much shorter though. Wheelbases are definitely, the wheelbase on the orange one is definitely shorter. This one seems a lot more realistic. This one just seems wide and fat. And I never really liked it when I unboxed it because of that. The proportions are off. But this one looks exactly like how it should look. And the details are just better on the Matchbox. I feel like that's just how it is with Matchbox a lot of times because they're way more focused on realism and, showing you what the real car is like. Obviously, this one has a painted roof. This one has just all clear. This looks way better. Rear end design, yeah, definitely. We're definitely giving a win to the Matchbox one here. This one looks super, super clean, super nice. Not sure if I'll necessarily pick up more versions of this casting unless they come out with a blue one because it's the one that lives in my town. But I definitely like it, and I'm glad I picked it up. But the main reason I picked it up is for this opening door. So let's see how that works because an opening van door is really cool. You don't ever see that. Look at that. Okay, pretty neat, pretty cool. You can open it and close it. There you go. Kind of just pops out. You gotta kind of pull it towards you and then slide it backwards. So I'm trying to do it while looking through the camera to kind of show y'all. But yeah, really cool. I like it a lot. It'll give a lot of playability to those who, literally just straight up play with their cars. And a lot of fun for me because I'll get to A, fidget with it, and B, when I'm doing my little dioramas, it gives me a lot more creative freedom. Let's do it one more time, shall we? I'll try to make it the coolest looking without getting my fingers in the way too much. Yeah, very satisfying.
Hey, did you see them yet?
Great ID Buzz, love it. Very cool car, and very happy to have a nice, version of it in my collection. All right, now we have the Toyota Hilux. And I'm guessing this is about a 2021 model year. I'm not entirely sure. That's just kind of what I figured from my research. And when I say I know nothing about this vehicle, I literally know nothing about this vehicle. We don't get it here in the United States. We have the Tacoma, which maybe is sold elsewhere. I just know that this is kind of like a world vehicle that we just don't have in the States. The Tacoma sells really, really well, so I doubt we'll ever see the Hilux. We never have and probably never will. But I got this because it's in a box, and I found a few of them. I can like link the short in the corner there. But yeah, we get Matchbox in like a carded format here in the States, and so I saw this and I was like, man, I gotta get that. That's really cool. I got a few of them. Like I said, there was one I didn't get because it was like a Citroen, the Citroen of me, and I was like, that's just too weird for me. Not my cup of tea. I usually don't get anything that's not sold in the States because I usually just collect cars I'm familiar with and ones I like. But this one made the cut because I was like, yeah, it's a truck and it'll, it's a cool little novelty, really. So we'll go ahead and crack it open. My one concern is like you can't see what the car looks like. So like, I don't even know if I really like this casting. So that's definitely a downside. I don't really see any upside to having a box. Maybe like shipping or something. Okay, so it's in paper. Very interesting. Or like kind of wax paper. Okay. It has like the Chevy Avalanche kind of like weird things on the side, Honda Ridgeline type style. It's all right. Very nice detail on the front end. I like the wheel choice. Rear end has details as well. Toyota Hilux. Revo on this back. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's like a powertrain thing or something. Oh, it's a 2018. It actually says it on the bottom. Very nice. All right, well, cool. I'll have to make that correction. But yeah, it's a good little model. Like I said, can't really say much about it. But I chose it for this themed video because trucks are the modern family vehicle, or at least one of them, right? You had station wagons back in the day. Minivans took over for a little while. Obviously now you have like big 3-row SUVs and things, but you also have a lot of families that get carried around in trucks. So I thought this would be a perfect last car for this video. Sorry I can't say much more about it, but I really... Like I said, when I did my research on it, there's so many different engine options and just different specs for this vehicle that I couldn't really just pick one without knowing more. But yeah, the Toyota Hilux. Very interesting little foreign vehicle. Okay, I usually don't do this, but surprise, we have a bonus vehicle, the Chevy Blazer 4x4. This is not something I'd usually pick up, but I did because I have been wanting more like kind of off-roady, kind of crazy trucks. Like I have this Dodge. Let me grab it out. Where is it? Here it is. I have this Dodge that I've had for a long time, and I kind of want more vehicles to go with it. And I know this isn't the exact same thing, but I was like, you know what? It's kind of cool. So I picked it up, and I put it in here because, it's a quote-unquote family SUV, the Blazer. Of course, the new one is, too. Definitely. Go ahead and open it. Or you can see the thing on the back. Very simple. Very plasticky because of all this plastic at the bottom, but metal body, of course. Whoop. Rolls very, very nice, which is pretty surprising. Got a huge old tires on it, bunch of stuff on it, crazy kind of like colors. Let's see, we got BF Goodrich, we got Bilstein, Chevy, Hot Wheels, Modal, and Blazer 4x4 on the side there. Very cool. But yeah, I thought I could just throw this one. Oh, nice stuff on the top. I thought I'd just throw this one in here as a kind of a bonus. Just to, because I wasn't going to collect enough of these to like have their own video. Because I've been searching for quite a few months for a truck that I kind of wanted to add with that Dodge. And this is the first one that I was like, yeah, I think I'll pick this one up. So, anyway, that's our bonus vehicle. Alright guys, thank y'all for joining me. This has been our kind of family cars through the ages video, more or less. Maybe the thing was a bit of a stretch. But, nonetheless, we got to check out some really cool castings today. Thank y'all for all the support. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.